Good morning, children. Children, we have already started with physics chapter number 8, motion. Children, in last video, I share a definition of distance, displacement. What do you mean by rest and what do you mean by motion? Children, in this chapter, we have to learn about some physical quantities. What do you mean by physical quantities? The quantities which is used to measure something. Children, we are having a different physical quantities based on what we have to measure. If we are going to measure mass, kilogram. If we are going to measure force, newton. If you are going to measure length, meter. So different physical quantities are used to measure different things. Now children, there are two types of physical quantity, scalar and vector. What do you mean by scalar quantities? The quantity which is having only magnitude. What do you mean by magnitude? A number, amount which is mention the magnitude of the physical quantity. If I am telling you my weight is 5050, but what 50? 50 kg, 50 gram. So children, a magnitude shows the measurement, the amount of that physical quantities. So if I am telling that my weight is 5050 kg, children, magnitude is composed of two things, number and second one unit. 50 kg is a magnitude of weight. 50 newton is a magnitude of force. 50 meter is a magnitude of length. So we are having a different physical quantities with their magnitude. So children, if the quantity is having only magnitude, only numerical value, it is called scalar quantity. Now what do you mean by vector quantity? Children, vector quantity means the quantity which is having both magnitude and direction. I am moving with a speed of 60 km in northern side, 60 km in eastern side. Children, here we are having both the things, magnitude and direction. In which direction you are applying force, how much force you applied. So children, if it's having both magnitude and direction, it is called vector quantity. Now in everyday life, we see some object at rest and other in motion. Birds fly, fish swim, blood flows through the veins and arteries, and car moves. Atoms, molecule, planets, star, galaxies are all in motion. We often perceive an object to be in motion when its position changes with the time, as we discussed already. Children, we have to compare with our reference point. The situation where the motion is inferred through indirect evidence. For example, we infer the motion of air by observing movement of dust particle. What causes the phenomena of sunrise, sunset, rotation and revolution of earth? Why don't directly perceive the motion of the earth? An object may appear to be moving from one person and stationary for one another. For us, a earth is stationary. But if we are looking outside the earth, what we feel that earth is continuously moving. Passenger is a moving train, moving bus. Roadside trees appear to be moving backward. A person standing on a roadside perceives the bus along with the passenger as moving. So, with a different reference point, we are having a different objects are moving or at rest. The passenger inside the bus see his fellow passengers to be at rest. What do this observation indicate? Most of the motions are complex. Some objects may move in a straight line, other may move or take a circular path. Children, as we discussed, we are having a different types of motion. Rectilinear, circular, curvilinear, rotational, zigzag motion. In this chapter, we shall first learn to describe the motion of the object along a straight line. We shall also learn to express such motions through simple equations and graph. Later, we shall discuss the ways of describing circular motion also. Children, here we are having some activity. Discuss whether the wall of your classroom are rest or motion. Rest. Have you ever experienced that the train in which you are sitting appears to move while it is at rest? Yes. Discuss and share your experience. We sometimes are endangered by the motion object around us, especially if that motion is erratic and uncontrolled. What do you mean by erratic and uncontrolled? Zigzag motion. observed in flooded river, hurricanes or tsunami. On the other hand, the control motion can be service to human beings such as in the generation of hydroelectrical power. Describing motion. Children, we describe the location of an object by specifying a reference point. Let us understand by an example. Children, assume that your school in village is 2 kilometer north. Children, same example we discussed in last video also. We have specified the position of the school with respect to railway station. The railway station is the reference point. We could have also chosen other reference point according to our conveniency. Therefore, to describe the position of an object, the most important thing is reference point or your starting or origin point. Children, we are always calculate or always mention rest and motion with reference point. Moving along a straight line. The simplest type of motion is the motion along a straight line. We shall first learn to describe this by an example. Children, consider the same diagram is there in video also. Okay, O, C, B and A wala. Here numbers are also mentioned. Consider the motion of an object moving a straight path. The object state its journey from O. So children, O is your starting point. Okay, now it is treated as a reference point. Let A, B, C represent the position of object at different instants. At first the object moved through C. बेटा पहले वो जा रहा है O to C. Then C to B and reaches at A. So can I say that my starting point is O and my end point is A. Now then it moved back with the same path and reached to C. So what it means, children, from O to A 60 kilometer. Then coming back to C 60 plus 25. Get it? Now the total path covered by the object is 60 plus 35, 95 kilometer. First moving O to A 60 kilometer, then coming back 60 to 25, 35 kilometer. So children, your distance is 95 kilometer. The distance covered by the object is total path covered by an object. To describe the distance, we need to specify numerical value, not the direction. As I told you, it's a scalar quantity. There are certain quantities which are described by specifying only than numerical value. The numerical value is a physical quantity, its magnitude. From this example, can you find out the distance of final position C object from initial? Children, the difference between initial and final position is called displacement, which is also called shortest path. So can I say that when it start moving at O, reach to A and coming back to C? So children, for displacement, starting point is O and end point is C. So the difference between O and C is 25 kilometer. So children, my displacement is 25 kilometer. The magnitude of the displacement is equal to distance traveled by an object. From motion O to A 60, then magnitude displacement is 60. But during the motion O to A coming back to B, the distance is 85 kilometer. Displacement are used to describe. While the magnitude of displacement is 35 kilometer, magnitude of displacement is not equal to distance. Children, please clarify both the points. Children, last I sent one note also in which difference between distance and displacement is also given. We will notice that magnitude of displacement for course of motion may be 0. Why it will be 0? Children, if your initial and final position is same, it will be 0. If we consider the object travel back to O, O से start किया, back come to O, then displacement will be 0. But the distance is 60 plus 60, 120 kilometer. The two physical quantities, the distance and displacement, are used to describe overall motion of an object and locate its final position with reference to initial. Now here some activities are given, children. Take a meter scale, long rope, walk from one corner of basketball court to opposite corner. Measure the distance covered by you and magnitude of displacement. Children, obviously the reference points are different or final points are different, the distance and displacement is not different. Automobiles are fitted in a device that shows distance traveled. Such device is called odometer. A car is driven from Bhubaneswar to New Delhi. The difference between the final reading and the initial reading of odometer is 1850 km. Now find the magnitude of the displacement between Bhubaneswar and New Delhi by using a road map of India. So children, this is about distance and displacement. Children, here you are having some BBQs, 3 question answers are there. Children, this is your today's homework. You have to write down this 3 question answers in your notebook, in your physics notebook. Children, next lecture we will discuss about uniform and non-uniform motion with measurement of rate of motion, which is called speed. Bye children, have a nice day.